Hi everyone, my name is Sze Cherng, and today me and my partner Sze Tong are going to talk about online learning during this COVID-19 pandemic. In 2020, when the COVID-19 cases started to hit in Malaysia, our government had announced a full lockdown during this COVID-19 pandemic in this country, which means many of the sectors cannot run as usual. These sectors are entertainment, sports, and also education. Therefore, all the education fields, they are starting to use the online learning method for every stage of education, like kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, and university stage. All the teachers and the students cannot attend the physical class as usual, so they have to stay at home for online learning. For now, I'm going to share with you what is the advantage for online learning during this COVID-19 pandemic. First of all, the study environment. This is because now is a lockdown in Malaysia, so everyone is stay at home. So every teachers and every students have to do their online learning in their home. Home is our cozy place and is a place where we feel very comfortable. So the teachers will work comfortable in their own room, and students will feel comfortable with their study environment too. Next is the time flexibility. This is because teachers and the students can adjust their working time or their class time during this online learning pandemic. For example, if a student is more prefer have their morning classes, so they have to adjust their class in the morning so that the students will have more time to do their homeworks or revision during the afternoon or night time. Furthermore, after the time adjustment, the students or the teacher will have more time to spend with their families because everyone is at home, right? Next is the new study method. This is because the teacher or the lecturer can record the class recording for all the students so that the students can access the class anytime. And furthermore, if the students does not understand the class at the first time, so the students can replay the class again, so the student will get more understanding what the chapter is talking about.
Hi, my name is Sze Tong. My mentoring number is 279875. Thank you for my partner sharing about the advantage for the online learning. So now is the time we look at the opposite side of the coin. How could they are possible in any disadvantage for the online learning? Let me tell you. The first is the technology issue. One of the biggest Malaysians have with the online learning is the poor internet access or the lack of the device in a household. Children from the low-income families or those from the rural areas are difficult to trying to cope with the online learning because of the lack of device or an internet connection. Without a consistent internet connection for the student or the teacher, there can be lack of the continue in learning for the child. This is a detrimental for the education process. The second disadvantage is more work. The online learning requires a greater amount of reading and assignment than the traditional class. Teacher and lecturer need to prepare a lot of these assignments or the assessment for the student to improving the quality of online class. Teacher and the lecturer need to prepare a lot of assignment, assessment for the student to improve the quality of online class. Well, the student need to do more of this assessment and assessment to provide that they are master the material. There are also some disadvantage bring for the student only. The first is the social isolation. Many students spend much of their time online can start experience signs of the social isolation due to the lack of the human communication in their life. It's also lack of the communication skill development in the online learning. Due to the lack of the face-to-face communication between the peers, student and teacher in the online setting, the student may find that they are unable to work effectively in the team setting. As a result, the student may lack a variety of mental health issues. For the second disadvantage that bring to the student is inability to focus the screen. The online learning is require a child sitting in front of the computer and understanding the all lesson which the teacher is giving. For many students, one of the biggest challenges is the online learning is difficult with focusing on the screen for a long period of time. With the online learning, there is also a greater chance for the student to be easily distracted by the social media or another website. Next, we look at the disadvantage online learning bring to the teacher or the lecturer. Through the online learning, the feedback from the student are limited. Teachers and lecturers able get the student face-to-face feedback immediately in the traditional classroom. If the students experience problems in the curriculum, they can get their teacher or the lecturer directly during the class or the office hours. Teacher and lecturer also facing student cheating during the test and the quiz problem. Students can cheat on the quiz and test more easily as they take all this in their own environment while using their own digital technology such as their phone or their computer compared to the traditional teaching mode. This will make the teacher and lecturer difficult to take the real environment level for the student in that batch. About the online learning is have the greater flexibility when I schedule my work. I have the greater flexibility to judge my education and my home life without the confuse for the fixed schedule. I will be able to log in and complete my coursework, study and do the test all the time that can fit in with my schedule. Instead for the rearrange my schedule to work around the traditional class. For the next, I think the most interesting experience for this online learning is I can create my own learning environment. When I'm learning in home, I can create my own unique place that can connect to my needs and for study. This can include the eliminating distraction, having a comfortable workplace, and having a tools I need work with close at hand without having a carry a ton of things go to the classroom. And through this online learning, I gain a new technology skills. The online learning will not only help achieve our education goals, but also it can help us to gain a new skill that be benefit when the embarking on a new career. But sometimes I'm facing some problem in this online learning class because in this area the internet connection have some problem. It is not stable. That made me cannot get all the lesson from the teacher because for the lagging sounds, lagging the camera. That's problem I facing.
What I feel during this online learning pandemic is, for physical illness, if I sit too long in front of the laptop, I will feel back pain. I will having back pain, and I will feel dizziness and headache for look at the screen for too long. And for my mental illness, I will feel anxiety because if I don't understand what is the chapter is talking about, I will feel stressful and I will feel nervous because I'm worried I cannot score well in my academic, and I don't know where to get the source to do more exercises or to do more tutorial for my subjects.
So now let me make a conclusion at here. The COVID-19 pandemic instructed a new way for learning. All around the world, education institutions are looking about the online learning tools. All around the world, education institutions are looking through the online learning platform to continue the process of the education student. The new normal now is the transform compare education with the online learning that can correlate for this transformation. Digital learning has emerged as a necessary resource for the student and school all over the world. For many education institutions, this is the entering new way for the education that have online learning is now applicable not just to learn academic but also extend to learning the extracurricular activity for the student as well. Online learning has its own set of the positive and the negative sides. So, according the understanding those the positive and negative will help the institution to creating a strategy of the more efficiently delivering the lesson, ensure an uninterrupted learning journey for students. So at here, I hope all of those who looking at this video stay home and